Am I the only one that didn't know that formula companies are straight up evil? Not only do they spend millions of dollars lobbying against parental leave in the United States, but they go so far as to pressure other nations to abandon breastfeeding resolutions at global health summits, even if those solutions mean saving the lives of millions of babies. That's right, they don't care if babies die as long as they make profit. But what is new in America? See, what's crazy is that we live in a country that would publicly shame you if you took a puppy away from its mother before 8 weeks, but yet 1 in 4 human mothers in this country have to go back to work after only 2 weeks of giving birth. But how did we get here is the question. Formula didn't even exist before the 1800s, and mothers that couldn't breastfeed had to rely on other women, neighbors, friends, family, a wet nurse. It took a village to survive. But after the 1800s, the Industrial Revolution, and after women started going to work, of course, they saw a huge money opportunity. And this is why you don't see breastfeeding propaganda or campaigns, because the more that women breastfeed, the less cells you get in formula. And one of the easiest ways to do that is to get women to go back to work, no parental leave. You get marketing that's framing formula as convenient and empowering for women. So on one side, they're promoting the choice, but on the other side, they're quite literally lobbying to limit that choice. And speaking of choices, that's an illusion too. It turns out that 90% of all the formulas on the shelves in the market are owned by like 4 companies. We've all been there stressing in the aisle, seeing which one's better, which one's not. And it turns out that there's no research suggesting that one is better than the other, because US law requires all formula companies to meet a nutritional standard. The rabbit hole goes deep, y'all, and it doesn't just stop in this country. It's global. The World Health Organization has been warning us about this. They do inappropriate marketing in like 95 different countries. They host their own medical conferences. They use different ways to influence doctors and health professionals. They sponsor their own research that it has inaccurate claims. So when you spread this sinister propaganda, making mothers think that it's the healthier choice in countries that don't have high literacy and not clean water, guess what happens when you mix that with formula? Babies die. And guess what happens when countries like Ecuador in 2018 try to put a stop to this by promoting breastfeeding at health organization assemblies? Here comes big bully United States and threatens to take away military aid and impose trade restrictions. And so the cycle continues. Mothers dry out, more children die, and billionaires keep getting more money in their pockets. This has to end, y'all, and it starts with educating ourselves. At the end of the day, if we don't prioritize our children and mothers and parents, then we're doomed as a human race. So as parents, we need to stop pointing the finger at each other and look up at who really is exploiting us. You know what I mean? Anyway, it's lunchtime, huh, Ronan? That's my rant for the day. Mwah.